Your mind is your greatest weapon. Inspired by the teachings of Bob Proctor, The Moment of Truth. Jordan Reyes sat alone in his home office at 2:17 a.m. The glow of his laptop the only light in the room. His fledgling online coaching business had been running for 6 months, despite pouring every ounce of energy he had into content creation, marketing funnels, and client calls. Revenue hovered at $1,200 per month, barely enough to cover his rent. He rubbed his temples and asked himself the same question he'd been wrestling with for weeks. Why isn't this working? On his desk lay an open notebook filled with goal lists and to-do items post on LinkedIn, record podcast interview, plan webinar, but none of it seemed to move the needle. He had followed every growth hack he could find, yet success remained elusive. That night, amidst the frustration and fatigue, he stumbled upon a late-night webinar replay titled Unlocking the Power Within. The speaker wasn't a Silicon Valley unicorn founder or a celebrity entrepreneur. It was a relatively unknown coach named Bob Proctor, yet his message cut through. Jordan's doubt like a laser. Your thoughts create your reality. Everything you experience is a product of your mind. Jordan leaned in, captivated. Could it really be that simple? Could his mind, his habitual patterns, beliefs, and self-talk be the real barrier between him and his dreams? In that moment, Jordan made a decision. To stop chasing tactics alone and begin mastering the one thing no competitor could ever match: his own mind. The unseen battlefield. Bob Proctor teaches that the mind is like fertile soil. It can grow weeds of doubt or seeds of greatness. Jordan realized he had been planting nothing but weeds: negative thoughts, limiting beliefs, fear of failure. He decided to map his mental landscape. Over the next week, he journaled every negative thought that arose. I'm not credible enough to charge premium prices. What if nobody signs up for my program? I don't know enough about marketing. On the 5th day, he counted over 120 self-sabotaging thoughts. Seeing them written down was shocking and liberating that weekend. Jordan dove into the first Proctor principle: awareness precedes change. He learned that you cannot shift what you cannot see. By shining the light of awareness on his thoughts, he began to distinguish the story his mind had been telling from reality itself. Armed with this awareness, Jordan created a simple practice. 3 times a day he would pause, notice his current thought, and ask, is this thought helping me or holding me back? If it hindered, he would consciously choose a different thought, one aligned with his goals. By day 10, he found himself interrupting a spiral of doubt with, I am capable of creating enormous value. The phrase felt foreign at first, but repetition began to rewire his mental circuits. Paradigm rewiring. Bob Proctor's concept of paradigms deeply ingrained habits of thought became Jordan's next frontier. He discovered that while he could shift individual thoughts, his underlying paradigms still operated on autopilot. Jordan recalled his childhood. Raised to believe that security equaled a steady paycheck, he had never been taught how to build wealth or think like an entrepreneur. His paradigm of money was one of limitation. Rich people are lucky. You have to sacrifice stability to get ahead. To rewire this paradigm, Jordan used what Proctor calls the habituation method. Declare a new belief in the present tense. I am a magnet for prosperity. Visualize it daily. He spent 5 minutes each morning vividly imagining his business thriving, clients celebrating. Revenue graphs climbing, freedom to travel. Feel the emotion. He tapped into the excitement, relief, and pride of achieving. His vision? Repeat multiple times per day until the new belief felt natural. At first, the new declarations felt like lies, but persistence paid off. After 3 weeks, Jordan caught himself genuinely feeling enthusiasm when he said, I am a magnet for prosperity. His paradigm had begun to shift. Clarity of purpose, with his mental soil now primed. Jordan tackled clarity of purpose, another cornerstone of Proctor's teaching. He realized that without a crystal clear vision, even a winning mindset drifts aimlessly. He asked himself, what is my highest contribution? Who specifically am I here to serve? What legacy do I want to leave? Empower driven entrepreneurs to unlock their inner potential and build businesses that transform lives, including their own. He refined it until every word resonated deeply. This statement became his North Star, guiding every decision: what services to offer, which content to create, how to price, and which partnerships to pursue. Within days, client calls felt more focused. He spoke from conviction, not desperation. Prospective clients sensed it and responded with enthusiasm. The law of vibration in business. Bob Proctor emphasizes the law of vibration. Everything vibrates. You attract what you resonate with. Jordan applied this to networking and marketing. Networking. Instead of pitching his services to anyone with a pulse, he began to spend time around high-vibration people, successful entrepreneurs, investors, and thought leaders who exuded confidence and abundance. He joined a mastermind group of six-figure coaches and attended industry conferences. By elevating his proximity, his own vibration rose. Marketing. He shifted from selling to sharing value. His social media posts became stories of transformation, not sales pitches. He spoke about mindset breakthroughs and invited followers into his journey of mental mastery. This authentic vibration attracted clients who aligned with his purpose. Within 6 weeks of elevating his vibration, Jordan landed 3 high-ticket clients at $5,000 each, enough to cover his rent and reinvest in growth. Breaking through with massive action, awareness, paradigms, purpose, and vibration had aligned, but none of it mattered without action. Proctor teaches that knowledge without application is wasted genius. Jordan crafted a plan of massive, inspired action, 90-day. Launch sprint week 1 to 2. Finalize a signature coaching program. Week 3. Pre-launch content series on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube. Week 4. Host a free virtual summit featuring 3 guest experts. Week 5 to 8. Open enrollment with bonus workshops for early signups. Week 9 to 12. Deliver the program, collect testimonials, and prepare case studies. Daily non-negotiables, 30 minutes of mindset practice each morning. 2 outreach calls or emails to potential partners, affiliates. 1 piece of high-value content, blog posts, video, or podcast. End-of-day reflection on wins, lessons, and course corrections. Jordan stuck to this relentlessly. Even on days when fear crept in, he reminded himself, action cures fear. He learned that momentum was a force multiplier once he started moving. Opportunities surfaced. By the end of 90 days, his revenue had quintupled. He had 15 paying clients awaiting. List for his next cohort and a clear brand presence. Sustaining growth and mastery. Growth can overwhelm. Proctor warns that without systems, new challenges become chaos. Jordan implemented 2 key systems: mindset maintenance, weekly mind audits where he journaled any creeping doubts, monthly paradigm check workshops with his mastermind, peers, quarterly retreats focused solely on visioning and renewal, business infrastructure, automated client onboarding with a well-designed funnel, delegation of non-core tasks to a virtual assistant, KPI dashboard to track revenue, client satisfaction, and content engagement. These systems freed Jordan to focus on high-leverage activities, program design, speaking engagements, strategic partnerships, while maintaining the mental clarity that fueled his success. The ripple effect of a mastered mind, with his mind as his weapon. Jordan's impact broadened. He launched a scholarship program for under-resourced entrepreneurs. He published a digital book on mindset mastery, which became an Amazon bestseller in its category. He began a podcast interviewing leaders about how they harness their minds to achieve breakthroughs. Clients reported life-changing results, doubling revenues, launching passion projects, overcoming personal crises. Each success story reaffirmed Jordan's belief: the only limits that exist are those we place on our minds. Your mind, your mission. You may be reading this feeling stuck awaiting for the right strategy, the perfect coach, or a lucky break. But the most powerful asset you possess is already in your hands, your mind. Just as Jordan discovered, you can choose to awaken to your current thoughts and beliefs, rewire limiting paradigms into empowering convictions, clarify your purpose to guide your actions, Elevate your vibration by surrounding yourself with greatness and sharing authentic value. Act massively, leveraging momentum to propel you forward. Sustain your growth with mindset and business systems. Your mind is your greatest weapon, an infinite, ever-available source of creativity, resilience, and vision. When you master it, you become unstoppable. The question now is simple: what will you create with the power of your mind? Your mission begins today.